Good morning, Academy 55 premium members and everyone who's watching the recording and all those on YouTube. David Kahn here at 4 minutes to 8 o'clock in the morning here in the UK on the 2nd of December, 2nd of September 2025. Following the fortunes of the Academy 55 indicators and strategy on the EUR USD on the 1 minute time frame. Well, as you can see here, we are possibly building up for a sell. So we're going to go straight to the MT4. And I'm going to make sure I'm a minimum of 2.2 pips away. So I'll put 22 in there. Turn it onto the lines. And I am ready in case we have a sell situation. This being the first of trade of the month. As always, being over due diligence and waiting for a possible sell opportunity, but taking it cautious as ever. But we're right at that juncture where there may be, this is what we're sort of looking at. If I go back to trading view again, short position, minimum of 2.2 pips away. Stop loss will be there. Anticipation of the green wave turning to red. Red volume ribbon already. Nice sell alert, obviously. And that'll drag us down to that area there, where there's a little bit of imbalance on this candle here that needs to be filled. Timing is everything though. When are they going to do that? We don't know. So this is the scenario we're looking at. And we're right at that juncture at the moment. So we'll keep it there. But are the longer terms for this session, the London session, a bit of a more of a buy? We don't know. I've possibly got enough time to, yeah. Now we've had that parallel soft flip. I'm going to look at the what's going on. Bigger time. Taking all the indicators off, going onto the daily. And we can see lots of sideways movement. Not too much trending. Interestingly, a little bit of a break to the upside on the daily, going down to the 4-hourly. There's a move. We have no real, I know on this candle here, look, so his price coming down here, but that's a long way away yet. I'll remove that one. These are old zones. We don't need those anymore. Putting on to the line chart, I'm looking for 2 or more spikes to show us of some quite good places where price may bounce or break. Points of interest. And right there, we've got a point and a point there. And interestingly, one just below it. These are all on the 4-hourly. So this area where price is right now is quite interesting. Will it bounce or break? Resistance there, point there. So this area is a turning, could be a turning point. Going back up to that trend line I drew on the daily. So quickly we'll go back down to take the lines off, go down to the 5-minute. And we have zones. There. And there. This area here, if it carries on that much, that could turn into a sell zone or a buy zone. So we'll come back to that periodically, because zones do appear and disappear. And maybe during our session, you never know. The indicator's back on. And this is where we are at the moment. There isn't a lot of volume going around. America had Labor Day yesterday, so they had a day off. So this morning, really, in some respects, could be treated like a Monday morning that we find here in the UK. Okay, so the support and resistance lines, 1.10, 1.1740, and I've got a resistance line here on 1.17107. These are areas of interest. The nearest areas of interest to will price bounce or break. And we got these again by going on the 4-hourly. I'm doing this because I've got time now because price is still going upwards. So again, put it on the line chart. Take my indicators off, sorry. Because we got a bounce off that line there, creating a point. Sort of one there, but this area is of interest because it stayed here for 4 hours along at the 1.10743, and it's only prudent to draw lines up nearest where price is at the moment. If you see two or more peaks, I didn't do the hourly, but there we go. There, one peak, two peaks. One could draw a line there, I guess, but and there, but because these lines were on the 4 hourly, they have a lot more significance than don't want too many lines everywhere, because ultimately they are just for reference. It's these lines here where the zones are that we say pay a lot more attention. I mean, at the time, price is coming down to this line here, but if there's a lot of volume, it'll sweep past that, because it's just points of interest, really. But we'll go down to the minute. Put my indicators back on. I'll put the lights back on, candles back on, and then here we are. Put the MT4 back on. Make sure you got your risk to reward in purple, 2 to 1, your lot calc in purple, and all important 1%. I'm going to lock this one in here. The volume ribbon just started to go red. The wave has just started to go red. Parallel SAR is above price. We're waiting for that all-important sell. Oh, we have got a sell now. Ah, I nearly missed that by not resizing, which is important. But I've got to give it a minimum of 2.2 pips. So waiting for the price to come down. Right, I'm in the sell. At 2.9 pips, actually. But price is reacting off the purple line now. Is it going to bounce or break? Let's go on to trading view. Red trend, red volume ribbon, red wave. 2.9, which is down to there, which pulls my 2 to 1 down to there. I like to take the indicators off, go on the 5-minute time frame, and note that we got imbalance down there, which is, but sometimes price taps into these imbalances and then goes back up again. But we got even yet more imbalance down here. So let's see what happens. If you know, it's this line here where we are now, 1.7000. That's a key area, and that's where the purple line is now. Hopefully we'll have enough oomph to go lower, but are well respecting the fact that we got imbalance up on this candle here. We could have a 1% loss. for a 2% gain. Now, prices now with a bit more volume, we could be having ourselves a nice 2% win. Frustratingly close. That's why I don't look at these trades usually, but obviously because I'm here with you guys live, I'll go down and because it plays with your mind basically, and there's no need to do that. Price will do what it's going to do regardless. And as you can see, we had a nice 2% win. Classic, perfect sell, red trend, red wave, red volume, and down we went for a nice 2% win. So we could I'll mark that up on my journal a little bit later on. I forgot to put the September tab on, so I'll do all that in a minute, but I'll mark that up. In the meantime, what I'll do is I'll throw open the chat for a couple of minutes because we've done our 2% for today. Got the option to trade again. Hannah says, beautiful, yes. But the thing to do is to keep your mentality stable for a 2% win just as much as a 1% loss. Don't go overboard with these things. But yeah, nice start to the month. So the situation is now I can go away with my 2% gain win, and that's where I'd like to stick for the day. But you could possibly trade one more time if you want to, but it's advisable to cut your losses. Sorry, not cut your losses. Just be happy with that and then move on again. But a 2% win is a nice start to the week. Right, we're in the buy zone now, so you'd be looking for the next buy if you were trading anymore, which I'm not going to be doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this from Steve with an important message.
Hi, this is Steve with a very short video to show you where to get the training for the indicators and tools we use inside Academy 55. So once you're logged into the members area, you'll see in the premium dashboard this section that's entitled Start Learning, and if you click here, that'll take you through to the learning library. Now, we'll say at this point we highly recommend you watch each of these videos 2 or 3 times to get a full understanding of how everything works. Here you'll find tutorials on using the MT4 Trade Assistant and how to use the MT4 platform with the Trade Assistant. This is the longest video you'll find inside the platform. It's around 30 minutes long, well worth your time. Watch the video once, then maybe write a few questions down that you might have for yourself, and watch the video for a second time, and things will really start to make sense. By the time you watch it 3 times, you'll fully understand how everything works. So that's the longest video. It's about 30 minutes long, well worth your time. And then you can jump into individual trainings here for how to remove indicators. These videos are just a couple of minutes long. How to move MetaTrader around like you can in TradingView, Trading Assistant controls, how to do back testing in TradingView, how to draw vertical lines to mark out your hour, and so much more. And by the time you watch this video or see this video, there might be other trainings in this section. But everything here is well worth your time, and you find that, as I said a moment ago, from the main dashboard in the Start Learning section. Now, one more thing just to mention here. If you're looking for anything in particular, if you come down to the support name of FAQs, click on Get Support, and in this area you'll find a detailed FAQ section, and you can come through here. For example, if you're looking for an answer to a question about MetaTrader, have a look through these, and once you click through you'll find direct links to videos that give you answers to most of the questions that we get asked on a regular basis. So hopefully you found this useful, and back to your further training.
There we go. Indeed. Thank you very much, Steve. And like I say, if we were trading again, at this juncture, I'd be looking for a buy, obviously, and the buy is the next alert because that's how it works. Got buy, sell, buy, sell. So the next one would be a buy, and we're in the buy zone now, as we can tell by the markings up that I did. And there we are on the 5-minute time frame. We're in the buy zone, which actually, that was an existing one. This is the one afterwards, which moved down there, which is interesting. But we got all that unbalanced now, but we don't know. Price doesn't always work like that, obviously. They might be on a bit of a sell-off now, but we don't mind. We don't care. We got our result that we wanted. So nice 2% win. Nice start to the month. I'll mark this up on our journal. The Academy 55 members have a look at my journal, and they can make it their own and keep their own journal, because I highly recommend that you do that. At the same juncture, I haven't got any more questions in chat. I'm back again tomorrow at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening on the Wednesday. So you guys have a great day, rest of the day, and we will speak again soon. So have a great day, and thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.